Hello, everyone. Welcome. I'm Maxime
Hey,
Bisson with another little message of hope or two coaches for the prices of one. And today I'm with Pete Griffith, who's in Berlin. He is a transformative and a creativity coach. Welcome, Peter.
thanks for having me.
So I'm going to ask you the same question I've been asking everyone so far. Is how this understanding, this inside out understanding or subtractive psychology, tree principle, whatever you want to call it. How does that help you navigate what's going on right now with the COVID-19?
Well, just before we were recording, we were chatting about this stuff, right? I guess I'm really grateful to have this understanding for myself, but also grateful that I can share it with my clients because I'm human just like everyone else. So that there's days when, yes, I will think, but I will then think it's reality and go off and make decisions or changes. But actually, just having this understanding, knowing that actually what I'm thinking or whatever feelings I'm having moment to moment, it's more for me just to get curious. And actually, that's enough for me to put the brakes on and say, okay, for example, yesterday I wasn't in the best space, if I'm honest. We had a lot of work on. I was really all hands to the pump trying to process getting another podcast episode out. So it should be an enjoyable thing, but for whatever reason, I wasn't feeling it. I was not in a good place, if I'm honest. But in the past, the old Peter, I would have took that as a call to action, if that makes sense. That
Mm,
because I'm in a low mood, I'm going to get destructive. I'm going to make some changes when actually the crucial thing with this understanding is it's just thoughts and feelings in that moment. It doesn't necessarily mean that because I'm in a low mood, something low or bad is going to happen, if that makes sense.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you
And it saves me a lot. Yeah, it saved me so
put the
many
brakes on
times.
decisions.
Yeah. And that's not to say I still make stupid mistakes because we all do. I'll take the way stupid out. We all make mistakes. And actually,
Yeah.
any of the failures, there's always good learning, right? But I'm just these days less inclined to do something destructive when I'm not seeing it, when I haven't got mental clarity or I can't see the wood for the trees.
Yeah. Well, there's somebody, Angus um, Ross calls it impaired thinking, which
Mm,
is really what
yeah,
it is, right?
yeah. Well,
And you
I
have so
just been
many
thinking,
projects on
speaking
the
of,
way too. So,
so that again, sorry?
and you have so many projects on the
Yeah,
way,
yeah, yeah.
and this crisis going on kind of put a brakes, and it's easy to get lost in our thought, in our thinking, and
Totally easy, and we all do it, right? But it's the only difference I would say is that if you are willing to be curious about, why am I thinking like that today? It's okay, right? It's okay to go on that roller coaster of emotions. And I mean, I'm like anyone else. 1 minute I'm super happy and I feel I can take on the world. 10 minutes later, I'm down in the dumps. I'm just not willing to take it as serious as I would do in the past, if that makes sense. So it's literally, I'll just be like, okay, what's that about? And just by getting reflective is enough usually to let it dissipate. Or, for example, if I'm in a rubbish mood and there's a cloud over my head the whole day, then I'll just take that as a day when I'm not going to go off and change too many things because I'm probably not clear enough to go off and, do something serious like sign on the dotted line for a mortgage or make a massive decision to change something about the business in the future because I'm not in a good place. It's probably a good day not to do that. But just to be clear to anyone listening, I'll still go off and do stuff. I might not enjoy it, but I'll still, do whatever it takes and whatever I need to do for the business. It just won't be a day for making big decisions. And crucially, my business partner, my life partner, Mira, who run the business with, I'll just turn around to her and say, look, I'm not in a good space, just so you know. And Mira knows what to do with that, really. So she'll just give me the space and let me crack on until I snap myself out of it. Because that's the thing, we all have the ability to come out of that, right?
mm,
Whatever that thoughts and feelings are, is just doing to us, if we think it's not a great thing, eventually it will dissipate. And I think that's just knowing that that's going to happen time and time again. Even though, just to be clear, sometimes I forget that, just like everyone else. Yeah.
Like everyone else, yeah. And we know weather is not permanent, so we know. And the important
Just as
part is
well.
not
Yeah.
judging. No, how long is it going to take?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So you just get. It's. I think it's an important point that you put out, that even though you don't feel, you just know that it's not the time to make a decision, but you still get things done, regardless of how you feel, because you know it
Exactly. Yeah.
doesn't mean
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah. I mean, I always get stuff done. It might not be necessarily what I wanted to get done for that day, but that's the thing. I think it might be useful for people to hear, and this is what we say to clients: look, my thoughts and feelings are not going to stop me taking action, if that makes sense. And then I'll have a conversation about this, and then you might wonder why that is. And it's a simple thing that I just know that just because I'm not feeling a certain way doesn't necessarily connect it to what I'm doing, that activity, if that makes sense. So yeah, I might not be happy go Larry and be in the best mood when I'm doing whatever I'm doing to get rid of stuff on my to-do list, but that's okay, because actually that's quite normal. And it's that changing, that wanting to change your mood, that probably causes more problems than not, right? Because I don't know about you, when someone says to you, if you're not in a great place, oh, chin up, you should be happy. It's very difficult to get in that should be happy mood, right? And actually, it probably annoys you even more when someone says, chin up, you should be in a better mood. What is that, right? Define a
Exactly. What
better.
is that? Yeah, yeah. Then
Yeah.
criticism, self-judgment, everything to stay in that beautiful mood.
And it's not that people mean bad by it, but I find it more useful when people around me, because they know me better, they're just like, oh, he's just not. They just don't do anything. It's fine.
Everything is fine in the end, right?
Yeah.
Nothing's permanent. Yeah.
Even though sometimes it just doesn't seem like that in the moment. And it's that just reminding yourself that, look, okay, I'm not in a great mood. No problem. That's the most natural thing in the world. And I think that's what I'm reminding myself, and what I'm always telling people I'm trying to impact or help, that it's completely fine to have whatever emotions going through your head at that point. And I think it's the changing or the fixing that causes all of us humans all of the problems, because we don't need any more problems, right? We've got enough going on at the moment. So I think that's good to know, right?
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for your time, Peter. And I
You're
would like
welcome.
to know, if people want to get in touch with you, where can they find you?
The mindtakeaway.com. That's pretty much where all of our information is, the podcast, the courses we run, all of the other stuff we do, with regards to coaching and how we help people. So, yeah,
Well, thank you.
you're very welcome.
And say hi to Mira.
I will do. Thanks a lot.
Cheers.
Bye.